Hi, Paula.
Hi, Maria. How
Hi.
are you? Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, good afternoon to Fort Lauderdale. Good morning. It's 9:30 a.m.
Yes.
It's 2:30 here in Prague. So we are having this amazing international call. And
Yes.
I'm so happy, Paula, that you accepted my invite to Expecting Miracles talk show. It's a place where I interview purpose-driven leaders like you. And I'm so excited that I'm able to have a conversation with you about Fortinet Women's LATAM network. I think it's super amazing. And maybe if I can ask you a little bit of introduction of your title, who you are, where you at. We touched a little bit based on that, but let's start with that.
Yes, sure. So thank you so much for the invitation. For me, it's very nice to share this space with you. So I'm Paula Fiszman. I'm Regional Director of Corporate Communication for Fortinet in Latin America, the Caribbean, and Canada. So from corporate communications, you know, we do many things. So PR, social media, customer marketing, of course, but also we are involved in some corporate initiative, social responsibility initiative, and the topic that we will discuss today is really for me one of the things that really make me more happy here in Fortinet, because have the opportunity of make a change, of inspiring another women. Well, we will talk more in this conversation about that. I don't want to move very ahead of that, but it's really great to have the opportunity of being involved in this kind of initiative.
And I'm so thrilled and I'm so happy and I'm so curious because I would really love to know what's Fortinet Women Network in LATAM and why you are involved in it. What it's there for you.
Great. So let me give some contents. Fortinet is a leader in cybersecurity industry, and why is important because cybersecurity really it's an industry very masculine. Historically, most of the professionals working in cybersecurity are men. Maybe in the last year, this started to change, but we can say that maybe 10% of the professionals working in cybersecurity are men. So for Fortinet, one of the goals is to achieve at least 25% of women working in our company and in the industry in general, because as leader, we try to push all the industry in a more diversity way. So maybe if we compare with another industry, we say 25% is low, but for cybersecurity is really a very challenge goal. So in Latin America, 5 years ago, we are at, I think, like 50 women just working for the region. So the HR team decided to create an internal network for these professional women to share experience, to inspire others, to train and give us tools to on how to improving our professional careers, how to pursue leadership positions. So HRs come to me and say, Paula, can you help me on that? And I think, oh, I love the idea. Of course, count on me. So 5 years ago, we started with this small group. Now we have more than 200 women only in Latin America. So it is a big group. And it's really amazing. It's really amazing to see the commitment and the engagement of all the women here in Latin America. And I have the experience for Latin America, but I know that Fortinet have similar groups in Canada, in Europe, in the US, so in Asia Pac. So it's not only for Latin America.
Absolutely. And can I ask you one question? How did you become one of the 50 women in Fortinet Latin America from the very beginning, from 5 years ago?
Oh, well, really, I have more than 10 years working for Fortinet. Being honest, maybe marketing or corporate communications are areas when it's more common to have women's working on. So I'm a communication and professional for many years. So and always I work for IT and communications company. So it's very common for me to work with men's. I remember in my first job, I was, even in communication, I was the only woman in a team of 6 professionals. But then now most of my team are women's. Maybe marketing and communication is a little different than engineer or sales. But really, for me, it was not so difficult. But what we see is that it's very difficult to find women in engineer positions, also in sales, because for selling cybersecurity, you have to have some technology background. So it's difficult, but definitely it's something that is changing. Now we have a lot of engineers, not a lot of, but we have more engineers, women engineers that are amazing. And also in the last, I think, 2 years, we started to see more leaders, women in the region. So it is great to see how the diversity goals starting to come a reality.
I saw the video. I was pretty amazed. And I know you were touching base on women in cybersecurity. So you're supporting a lot of, through a lot of initiatives. And Fortinet Latam Women's Network have many initiatives. And you also were talking about, women, how to become engineers or how to be in the sales positions. And I know that you do amazing work with universities and with the STEM students, which are female. So can you elaborate a little bit on that? I know that
sure,
you are so passionate about that work.
Yes, thanks for asking. So at the beginning, this group started, as I say, like an internal group. So we have internal meetings with the leaders. We have guests to speak to the network. We have some mentoring, training, very interesting activity, but only for an internal audience. So one of our colleagues in Argentina, it is a saleswoman. She's an engineer. She has an idea to go outside the company, to start to trying to inspire other or women students, young women, to pursue a career in cybersecurity through the universities. So she came with this idea, and I helped her to make this a project. So we decided to create a conference to offer to different universities in the region, a very agnostic, not branded conference talking about why cybersecurity is important in this digital world, how is to work in cybersecurity, the opportunity, because the other things very important to know is that there is a great lack of professionals in the cybersecurity industry. So the opportunity for the professional, it's really huge. And this is an industry 1% of employment. So it is very important for the student to know that there is a really a great opportunities in this industry. So we want to share this with the young student. But one of the conditions is that the conference are leading by Fortinet women from the same countries of the university. Because now I'm happy to say that we have women in all the countries now. And really these little things make a difference. I remember we offer this to the universities. All the universities are very happy because it's free, and it's really very interesting for them also to promote more women in IT careers, in cybersecurity. So they're very happy to host the conference. So at the moment, this is the first year of this program. We gave this conference in more than 20 universities across the Latin America and the Caribbean. And I remember, for example, some of the conference in Guatemala, and our speaker, which is the director of sales in Central America, great speaker. She told her story and tell that she's from a very small town in Guatemala, and how she started to study technology, and all her path to achieve the leadership role that she has. And some of the students started to chat, oh, I am from the same town, oh, me too. And this is really very emotional, and similar situations in another countries. Really, this inspirational aspect for us is the most important thing of this program, is women talking to women and about opportunities. And this is the main goal of the program.
Amazing. And I love it. And I still feel I can remember to being a student, right? Like having a woman being an inspiration in a leadership role, and also just sharing her own personal story, making it not so scary, right? Making it that she's there, she's representing, that she was able to build a career in male-dominated industry still. It's so important, and it's such an inspiring story that I'm sure like a lot of the women, young women, were very inspired to pursue a career in cybersecurity. And on top of the fact that, as you mentioned, that cybersecurity, there is a huge opportunity in the employment, right? Like young people nowadays, even when they finish schools, many times they are looking for jobs. So putting a spotlight, like showing them a path where they could find really great, like the chances that they will be successful, it's also very encouraging for them. I love it.
Yeah, in the last report that there is an organization that every year measure this skills gap. They say that by now we need 4 million professionals in cybersecurity globally. Only in Latin America is more than 1 million. And so really the opportunity is huge.
It's massive.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Thank you. And Paula, I was also reading a little bit about the alliances and partnerships, and that you are also cooperating with organizations like Women in Tech Latam or BOMSI Latam, and that you are also giving a lot of trainings to train, I have it here, Cybermaster, Ninja members.
And you don't have to mention of this technical word. So yes, at Fortinet, we are a technology, but also a training organization. We have our own training institute, which is Network Security Expert, NSE. It is a training that has several certifications. So the first certifications are basic and the idea to the people to have more awareness in cybersecurity. Then, from the level 1 to the level 4 are like the very basic training. And for this training, we have an academy program when we partner with different universities to offer these entry level certifications for free to the student. But we found out that with the idea to promote more diversity and more women in the industry, we have to partner with more specific organizations that are targeted to women. So at the moment, we found 3 big organizations in LATAM. WOMC is Women in Cybersecurity Latin America, is a very, very nice organization founded and managed by women that are professionals in the industry in LATAM. All of them are volunteers. Yes.
What?
And yes, and we had a partnership with them, and through this partnership, they gave the NSE4, that it is a entry-level professional certification in cybersecurity for their members. So I don't have the new numbers, but they certificate more than 200 members. We also have partnership with Women in Tech in Latin America. We have partnership with WIMSIS, that is another global organization focused on promote the women professionals or boost the number of women professionals in cybersecurity. And so it's very interesting to make these associations when we have the same goal.
I love it. I love it. And I was reading the numbers and I was pretty impressed. It was like 760 WOMC Cybermeister Ninjas members registered and 74% concluded the NSE trainings. So it's not small numbers. It feels like you're really reaching hundreds, thousands, and changing people's lives in Latin America, women's lives. I really love it.
Yes, and really it's an amazing journey because, as I say, we started like an internal group to join moments, to support each other. And when we started to go outside and make a change for young students, for IT professionals that want to maybe switch their career and pursue more opportunities in cybersecurity, we really think that we are making an impact.
Absolutely. And I also love how it reflects back onto Fortinet as a company in Latin America. I mean, you already mentioned that you were 50 and now you are 200 employees. So I was also checking some of the stats which you shared with me, that the women network was growing from 23% to 38% of women employees from 21 to 22. And what I loved also was how you shared in the video that a lot of the women are in leadership, that there are diverse women in many different positions joining and being the role models for others. And feels like you're forming a really strong female leadership group as well.
Yes, it's amazing. We now have 2 vice presidents in the region that are women. We have more than 10 regional directors, women, and really we try to leverage them in all the opportunity that we have recently. For example, for when we are in March, so this is the International Women Month. So corporate write a blog article about women and ask if we have some example from a leader in LATAM, and I sent like 3 or 4 nomination. We are always ready to trying to really give them the space to show their achievement, to inspire another women here in Fortinet. So they want to know that it's possible to grow. Our leadership team, it's very open and committed with diversity. Is one of the corporate pillars. I also, this is another thing that I am very proud. Last year, Fortinet formed the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee globally. So this is conformed by 20 leaders from around the globe. So I am part of this committee.
Oh my gosh.
And it is really amazing to see how the company is committed to inclusion, to diversity. As a company globally, we have a lot of initiative. We are about to publish the second edition of the sustainability report, and our university initiative will be included in the global sustainability report. So I'm very happy with that.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
So it's like little changes that really can make a difference. So it is amazing.
Oh my gosh, you completely light up when you talk about it. It feels like it's coming from the heart. And it's amazing that you are such a great role model, and you are just, I know that you have a super busy job, so it's not like you have nothing to do. That on top you do this it also feels like volunteering activity, like really helping it because it just makes sense for you, and there is a big reason and purpose behind that.
Yes, and a colleague posted a few days ago something in LinkedIn that say, when you love your job, we are not working. So for me, this kind of initiative really made my day.
Love it, love it. And I would also ask you, okay, I know you already touched on that, but what is the advice you would give to women, to young women who are thinking about the career in tech, or who are thinking about the career in cybersecurity?
That they don't have to be afraid. The opportunities are really huge. It's not easy, but nothing is easy. So they have to take the opportunity, try to investigate and know more about different things. Maybe cybersecurity looks or something very complicated and difficult, and it is not a lot at all. There are a lot of different paths to start a career in cybersecurity. I am not a technical professional. I am for communication. I have a lot of co-workers that are from marketing, from business administration, and of course the engineers. So my advice is to open your mind and eyes for the different opportunities, because the world is very diverse, and you can find a very, very interesting things in cybersecurity. And of course, now with this digital and connected world, cybersecurity is really a hot topic. It's very interesting, and we can change the world, really make this digital world more secure. Is really very interesting, a very interesting place for working on.
And you will find many amazing women part
sure,
of it as well.
Sure, really passionate women. that can mentor the young women. One of the first initiative that we do in our network was a training on mentoring, and that was an idea from HR, because this is really good, because they really know that women have to mentor another women. So give us the tools to help another or student or young professional that are starting in the industry. I think that it was a really good idea, and this is part of, we are trying to also to inspire and to mentor young professionals.
Amazing, amazing. And Paula, you were talking about passionately about cybersecurity. So how do you see that this career opportunity, as you're seeing in this digital all connected work, why cybersecurity is so important?
Because really now we are, from the personal perspective, we use technology for all.
Yes.
For entertainment, for studying, for talking with our parents. I have my family far away, so we use technology for connecting. And we know that the cyber risks are really growing up. So we need, as people, we have to be aware on how we protect our devices, our communication, our networks. From the business perspective, Fortinet, it's a B2B company. So we sell cybersecurity solution for companies and public sector organizations. So for companies, it's really one of the main worries is how to protect their information, their workers, their employees, their devices, their manufacturer network. So cybersecurity is across all of these things. We have one of Fortinet vision, it's make a work where everyone can trust. So really, it's very general, but it is what it is, because really we need to be safe in our digital interactions as individuals, as an employees. So really cybersecurity is across the board, all the things. That's why there is a lot of opportunity in this industry, because really all the company needs cybersecurity professionals. And yes, and again, for women, it's a great industry, very interesting. And of course, we have the technical component, but really we working at Fortinet, we believe that we are really making a better and a safer work for all. So it's very satisfactory also to work in this industry.
You have a big mission. You have a big mission. And yes, like the mission where you enable trust, it's so important. So
yes,
I love the mission. I love the women support. I love Fortinet. So it's great that you are so passionate about everything that you do there. And Paula, I have one more question. What advice would you give your younger self?
Myself?
Is there anything you would do differently, or is there anything you would give an advice to your younger self?
This is a very difficult question.
Is it?
Yeah, I really very happy on the way that my career really, it was not something that I planned. I'm journalist, so if I look when I was studying, my idea of career is working in a newspaper. I don't know why, but the life take me to corporate communication and to technology. It's a long story, but really the life took me at this way. And when I found it that it was really what I love, I make all the efforts to move this my career on this direction. So maybe it's not advice, maybe congratulate myself. It's
Yes,
not
yes, yes.
to pursue this my goals and really and not be frustrated because many times the things went in a different way that I wanted. But when a door closed and another doors open, so I think that we have to be very persistent and follow our dreams. Maybe it's very but it is what it is that no we have to trying to follow our dreams, the things that we love and that make us proud.
I love your story. I do love your story because you are just an amazing example and an encouragement for other women. And also that it's true, right? Like you were a journalist, you wanted to work for a newspaper, but you found something and there was a curiosity and then a passion developed, which turned into love. And now you changing the world with cybersecurity and also opening the doors to other women. And also I feel when they go behind the doors, you are there to support them through your women's network in LATAM, helping them through mentorships, helping them through seeing a role model, helping them, through with your senior leadership that they are sitting at the table with other men and they have a voice, they have a representation. So I love what you guys are doing there. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Let me just add that all of these things is possible because we have really the company, but the company is nothing, not the leaders of the company that are committed with this initiative, and they gave to us and to the HR team all the possibilities, and really they say, go ahead, do it, and this is really amazing.
Yeah,
This support.
absolutely. And I just love the quote, which I found through your communications. Diversity is a key to creative and successful organization. We strive to be inclusive, equitable, and inspiring, that all voices are represented. And I just love that it's not a sentence written somewhere, but through your examples, we see that you guys are living it. It's real.
Yeah, yeah, it's real. And there is a lot of more to do. So I hope to maybe in next years to have more stories to tell about that, because we are in working in too many initiatives, and really it's we can do a lot of things.
Amazing. We can have another interview next year.
Maybe.
Like a follow-up. Perfect. Thank you so much, Paula. Again, it was
No.
such a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate you so much and appreciate you telling us the story and inspiring many other women.
Thanks, Maria, for this space. Thank you so much.